The silent watcher in the late 1980s, a woman named Karen lived alone in a small, one-bedroom apartment in Chicago. She was in her early 30s, working long hours at a hospital. Karen often returned home late at night, too exhausted to notice much about her surroundings. One evening, as she was getting ready for bed, Karen noticed something peculiar. The small decorative trinket she kept on her kitchen windowsill, a porcelain cat, had been moved. She brushed it off, assuming she must have nudged it earlier. But over the next few weeks, Karen began noticing other small, unsettling changes. Her cereal boxes would be in a different cupboard. A single glass would be out on the counter, though she hadn't used one. And sometimes, she felt a strange heaviness in the air, as though someone was watching her. Karen chalked it up to stress from work until one night when she heard the faintest sound of movement coming from her closet. It was past midnight, and the only light in the apartment was from a street lamp outside her bedroom window. Heart pounding, she grabbed a flashlight and cautiously opened the closet door. Nothing was there except her clothes and a stack of boxes. Still uneasy, she decided to call her friend Mark, who lived nearby, and he came over to check the apartment. Together, they searched every inch of the place but found nothing. Karen felt a bit embarrassed but reassured. A few nights later, Karen woke up to a soft rustling noise. This time, it was coming from the ceiling. Frozen with fear, she stared at the vent above her bed. The sound stopped, but her instincts told her something wasn't right. She called the building superintendent the next morning and asked him to inspect the vents. When the maintenance team arrived, they found something that made Karen's blood run cold. The dust in the duct had been disturbed, and there were small, human-sized handprints along the inside of the vent. The police were called immediately, and a further inspection revealed a horrifying truth. A man had been living in the crawl space above Karen's apartment for months. He had accessed her unit through the vent and occasionally helped himself to food, watched her while she slept, and even moved things around in her apartment. The man was arrested, but Karen was so traumatized that she moved out of the apartment the following week. To this day, she can't sleep without checking every nook and cranny of her home, and she never ignores the feeling of being watched.